What's up?
Welcome back to the channel. I'm Ali Chaos, and firstly, big shout out to James Castles from Castle Sups for the jumpers. Now I can slay in style. I forgot to upload this week, mainly because, well, there's been a lot of games out, and also my eyebrows were getting seriously thick, so I needed some plucking before I could do any of that. But now, how do I look? Beautiful. No, there's been a heap of games out, so I just want to quickly talk about that. I'm here to deliver the gaming news and the good oil. So here it is, guys. We've got some Battlefield news, we've got Call of Duty news, we've got Halo Infinite news. We've also got some Microsoft Store news. So firstly, I want to touch on the Microsoft Store. For all of you guys who have the Xbox Game Pass, Microsoft Pass, or whatever it's called, if you don't have it, 10, 15 bucks a month. It's pretty good. I'd get it. I do have it. That's why I got it, because it's pretty good. So I was jamming a bit of Back 4 Blood this week, and then I'll do a game review on that one shortly. Also a bit of Age of Empires. It may have been out for a little bit now, but it's new to me, Age of Empires 4. I only just saw it this week, so I'm going to do a review on it. Also Forza 5, which let me just say looks beautiful. Honestly, looks beautiful. In Halo Infinite Season 1, which is the gameplay footage behind me, which we're going to have a quick review on after we talk about the news first. And let's touch on what we all care about, Call of Duty. So Call of Duty's done a bit of a drop this week. They've dropped Shipment into their map rotation, Shipment 24/7. And for anybody who hasn't played Shipment before, let me just spell it out. It's traumatic, to say the least. And all of you who have played Shipment before know how beautifully traumatic and toxic it is. So firstly, I want to speak to the devs. Whoever decided to put the gammon grenade in there is just an idiot. The amount I had shell shock after playing that. Just like I played it for 3 games with the Alpha Legion boys. Shout out Alpha Legion boys. I was playing with the Alpha Legion lads, and geez, I just got wiped. Like, I'm not that bad, and it made me feel really bad. Maybe I am bad. Who knows? Maybe I just need to get good. You know what I mean? But maybe they need to stop throwing gamma bombs straight in my freaking face all the time. Yeah, the new Shipment's out, and wow, it's just as crazy as all the other ones are. And we could all whinge about the spawns, which I'm going to a little bit. I got spawned, killed that many times, man. Anyway, look. They've also fixed a few bugs on the game. The bug fixes have been pretty good. They've now got some gold STGs kicking. I have one. They fixed some of the bugs and some of the issues the game had. However, for my favourite rifle, the Automaton, which I couldn't say is probably it's literally the best rifle in the game. For you who haven't used it yet, for anyone who's thinking about it, honestly, that weapon has the best rate of fire, the best accuracy. It is just insane, and that'll be my pick for that and the MG42. I think will be the 2 to watch out for in the new Warzone Pacific, which drops December the 2nd, I believe. I could be wrong. I think I'm right. I'm here to deliver the news semi-accurately. Comedically. We'll say it's comedic news. That way I don't have to be accurate all the time. A sledgehammer? Is it? Sledgehammer? Yeah, I know my COD. I know my COD, bro. Yeah, oi guys, can you please fix the automated rifle? The assassin proficiency isn't real. Doesn't exist. You make us all like dickheads looking for it for half an hour every night. Fix that so we can get the gold one. That'd be fantastic. Or, you know, like, hey, just give me a gold gun. That'd be good too. And let me just quickly praise COD for its movement, as we're going to speak about movement later in this video. And this Call of Duty, to me, has absolutely perfected fluid movement and fighting movement to a degree. But it is really perfecting movement. Like, I have never felt so natural moving in a game and shooting in a game, lowering, raising, as I do in Call of Duty Vanguard. The movement in that game is just phenomenal. I love it. Best one. So quickly jumping forward though, we're going to move on to the Battlefield 2042. So that dropped today. I jumped in there again today and I had a whole host of issues on release of the actual game. So for everyone who was pretty smart and didn't go out and buy the pre-order edition, all that sort of stuff, you only got the standard edition. It releases for you today. It has released today. If you haven't jumped on, quickly jump on to check it this morning. Let me just say the character animations are plastic. They look plastic. It's probably the worst. Call of Duty was always known, well, I think, in my opinion, was always known for having more comical graphics than realism graphics, and I always thought Battlefield had more realistic graphics due to the nature of the 3D destructible engines, Frostbite engine, blah, blah, blah. I always thought Battlefield were really nailing that. And this year, honestly, is horrible. I think the characters are the most lifeless characters. I hate the grandma as well. I can't stand her. But They are the most lifeless, plastic-looking, expressionless characters. Like, I launched one with a rocket today, and he's like, I don't know about you, but if I got lifted by a rocket, I don't think my face is going to be like, as I dust out of the screen. I find them so unimmersive, actually, the characters this time around. Like, also, I've been noticing, I don't know if everybody else is getting this because I'm not everybody else, I play with everybody else, but I've been getting a lot of false character enemy friend foe markers on friend foes. So some friendlies will show up with enemy markers, some enemies will show up with friendly markers, and some personnel will show up with none. And that has confused me greatly during the game as I've shot teammates in the back and they're just like, hey, what are you doing, man? They go back to shooting. Or I look at the enemy and I'm like, oh, I just shot 3 of my team. I'm not gonna make that mistake again as I walk on past and he's like, they just waste me in the back. And I'm like, that's so unfair. This game's fucking bullshit. You know what I mean? That's happened a few times. That happened actually a lot today that had happened. Almost every engagement I would run up and I'd be so cautious because the friendlies wouldn't have markers on them and the character is the exact same as the enemy characters. Let's keep in mind that all characters on the field, there's no factions anymore, and that's what makes this so hard. And they really need to add factions back into this. My hotfix, add factions, Russia, China. If you want to throw Australia in, that'd be pretty cool. But we'd have like 2 dudes and a dog there. That's all we need though, really, isn't it? 2 dudes and a dog. Saucies. The Brits, they'd probably need substantially a lot more, man. And same with the Yanks. The Chinese, Russians. Let's throw in some factions, you know what I'm saying? And that way, uniforms will distinguish who is who, and I won't need to run up and physically try to look at everybody's face to see if they're my friend or foe. If we could fix that with factions, it'd be fantastic because as of right now, everybody's using the same characters. So it is impossible to tell who is friend or who is foe if there's no marker above their head. And let me tell you, EA and everybody else who developed this goddamn game, there are no markers above there. I'm not stupid. I'm not just raging out at the game. There wasn't a marker above his head. There was no marker. There never was. There probably never will be knowing EA as well. But there was no marker. Okay? Or there was a marker and I didn't shoot him and he shot me. Alright? I'm telling you it's your markers that are glitched, not me. By the time Christmas rolls around, I'm thinking, which is only another month or so, they would have fixed a lot of these issues given that another big sale for Battlefield, Call of Duties, everything like that, really approaches at Christmas time when everyone goes out and gets the kids the gifts. Or I just go and buy stuff for myself constantly. The Christmas release is going to bring a lot of big updates to me. I believe it will anyway. I'm not an insider. I don't know anything. Literally. No, but I'm not an insider. I don't know that. I don't know whether they will or won't. But from playing games for decades, I would say there's going to be a big update coming out before the Christmas period, and hopefully in that they're going to fix a lot of these bugs because they're honestly game breaking. Some have caused my system to crash, and those that don't cause my system personally to rage. Like the markers. Fix the markers. So keep it. Don't just throw it in the bin yet, guys. Keep it. I believe, again, it will get good. And as it does, I'll pass the good oil down the chain to you and let you know when you should jump in. If you haven't already jumped in, do give it a go. You'll see what I'm talking about. So moving on to the end of the video, guys. Now we're just going to do a quick review of the new Halo Infinite that's just come out, Season 1. I did purchase it. I have been playing it for the last few days. And here to give you the good oil. If you don't have the Game Pass, it'd be a good idea to get it. There's a lot of new games out. If you do have it, definitely, guys, go download it. I did have fun playing the game. Please keep that in mind during this quick review. I did have fun playing the game. It is still very nostalgic. And it's a classic. It's Halo. You know what I mean? But let's get down to a bit more of the nitty-gritty. First thing I noticed was the UI. Very pretty. Easy to use. Rather easy to navigate. However, they've added armory systems, vehicle systems, and that sort of stuff for customizations. I don't know if they've done that too many times prior. I'm not too sure. I haven't played Halo ODST or something like that. Getting into the gameplay side of things though, movement. Now, I was praising Call of Duty before because those guys, Sledgehammer, have really picked up and upped the game. They have perfected on Modern Warfare's engine. I'd have to say it, you know, I love Infinity War, but Sledgehammer have just got the movement so nice. Like, every time you're flicking a weapon, you move with the weapon. The recoil of the weapon generally as well for most of them is decent, manageable, like it realistically is. There's still a bit of initial jump, but it's not too bad. And overall, the movement is very fluid when you're trying to tuck around the map. So they've really nailed it. Now, talking Halo, it's probably the exact opposite. So basically, your Master Chief, you've got concrete boots. Okay, so they've decided, you know what, we don't need the Spartan modular armor, whatever it's called. We could really get away with just some solid concrete. So I feel like they put concrete on Master Chief's boots. As he runs, he is so clunky, and his ADS, if you'd even call it an ADS, aim down sights, or even just the crosshairs, I'm basically playing 3D aim trainer. It is a 3D aim trainer with movement. That is how the game plays, except for when you jump. When you jump, you are the most elegant, gracious creature alive. When you jump, you are just fluid in the air. Just movement comes so naturally, and you're like, where did this come from? Well, this handles really smoothly and well. And then he lands, and back to the concrete boot. So yeah, the average grenade throw range is around 30 to 40 meters. Okay, so Master Chief, being an enhanced cybernetic human, should have maybe like 600 meters throw range. You know what I mean? Like, this guy should be able to peg a frag. This guy couldn't peg a frag, let alone anyone's dad. There's no pegging going on. He cannot peg anything. He throws for about 15 meters. Maybe the grenades are really heavy like the boots, actually. I'm not too sure. Anyway, getting sidetracked. I'm getting sidetracked. The movement style in the game is very disappointing and lets the game down. Moving on, as to the progression system, so I bought the Battle Pass, and I would have to say, for those that have played Battlefield 2042 right now, the progression is similar in the way that you rank up. Sort of hard to tell what you're doing. It's just odd. It's very similar in the odd ways. So as of a few hours ago, they did release a statement though saying they had fixed the progression and the Battle Pass system to track properly. I haven't been on it since then. However, after I make this, I'm going to jump back on and have a look. So hopefully though they have fixed those issues that were plaguing it. It's not a bad progression system. It's just hard to follow, and it's an odd progression system. And sometimes you weren't progressing. However, that was obviously due to the errors, and that has been fixed and rectified now. So moving on from that, we've got the Battle Pass, and I would actually have to commend 343 on the Battle Pass. That Battle Pass is possibly the most inclusive and broadest Battle Pass. The 100 tiers for $10 gets you. Honestly, it's got more than just the one per tier. It's got doubles, triples, quads, everywhere that I noticed that you could unlock. It just had a very full system, and what felt like a system that makes me want to grind the game. Despite the movement being really bad, I actually want to progress because the Battle Pass and progression system look that fun, and there's that much stuff to unlock. It feels rewarding. They've really nailed that gratification, instant gratification. It's the gaming gratification, and so when we're doing good, we get rewarded, and it makes me want to actually invest time into the game. So very smart. They have really gone above and beyond in what would seem to be free stuff, which costs them, let's face it, costs them virtually nothing in the grand scheme of things to release to all of us, and it keeps us so happy. You know, something so little. Moving on. 343 Industries, great Battle Pass. That is what's going to keep me playing a game. COD and COD, Battlefield, other games like that, definitely watch 343's Battle Pass systems. It is identical to the others, yet it's just so much more rewarding. So that Halo Infinite Season 1, I'd rate, say, 3 teddies out of a grenade. Jump on, give it a go. Not too bad. Anyway, that's all from me today, guys. Here's my quick overview of Halo Infinite. I'll be talking about some of the other games that I've mentioned in this video next week, and if any of that interests you and you'd like to get the gaming news and the Quick Soldiers 5 on any of the games that are dropping, have dropped, etc., this is what I do. So hit that subscribe button and give that like button a cheeky little uppercut for me if you wouldn't mind. And that's all from me, guys. Till the next video, Ali Chaos out.